If you've ever left your doctor's office with nothing but another prescription and a pat on the back, feeling more like a number than a person, this episode is for you. Because here's the truth, the system was never built to help you reverse type 2 diabetes. And if you're sick of being stuck in that cycle, we're going to show you how to break free and finally take back control of your health. Hey, welcome to the Diabetes Remission Roadmap podcast with the two renegade pharmacists, Brian Bisher and Corey Jenks. You are listening to this because you are a person with type 2 diabetes who is committed and driven to breaking free from this diagnosis and creating a real, meaningful change in your health and life. In these episodes, we're here to help you ditch the scripts with doses of unconventional wisdom on topics such as fitness, nutrition, medication, mindset, and more. So without any further delay, let's dive right in.
Brian, we're back, baby, and he's got sleeves on. Here
Got
we
sleeves
are.
on. He does. I do.
Yeah.
The weather's cooling
Brian
down.
Brian is talking to himself in the third person. Yeah, in Tucson, it is down to a chilly like 88 degrees for day. So yeah, I don't know what to do. It's sweater weather, I guess. It's officially
Yeah.
fall. So
Yeah. We talk about the weather a lot, man. I think it's just because of the differences in our location. I guess that's like the biggest contrast. You're in the desert, I'm in the Midwest, and yeah, and it's but you know what? What else do you got going on, Corey? Like, is there anything else fun going on in your life?
my kids are back at school, and I've spent the whole week in school. We just got back from a trip to Denver, which was a lot of fun. If you ever have a chance to travel with three kids, seven and under, do it. It's a blast. It'll be memories that you will have for a lifetime, and they'll quickly forget probably. So, no, it was fun. We watched the Cubs Rockies game, and the Rockies are terrible this year as we record in September of 2025, and they found a way to walk off the Cubs, so my son went home unhappy. But up until that point, it was a fun day.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, speaking of trips where kids won't remember, I was just recently, we were thinking about going to Disney World or Disneyland. What do you call it? Disney World, Disneyland?
Well, there's two
Uh,
different ones. In out here on the West Coast, it's Disneyland, and in Florida, it is Disney World.
Gotcha. Well, we were going to go to the world, not the land. And a lot of opinions out there. A lot of people were thinking, yes, you should definitely go. And then there's someone texted me like, well, you know what? Your kids probably won't even remember. Like, I'm like, I don't really know if the memories the magic is going to be for them. It's like you're picking between the magic or the memories. And it's like if you wait too long, the magic's not really there because like, they're too old and they've lost their imagination, their innocence, all this stuff. But if you go now, like when they're 6, 4, and almost 2, yeah, they probably won't remember it, but I'll remember how magical it was for them, if that makes sense. That's like my thought process. But yeah, still not sure if we're gonna go. That's
Yeah.
definitely up there.
If it was anything like our Saturday, it will not be magical, and you'll want to forget it. So,
Great.
yeah.
Well,
Our
definitely
oldest was taking his shirt off in defiance of our plan to walk up the street in Denver.
great.
So,
Great.
but anyway,
Well, speaking of defiance,
define
I
let's
def
defy our healthcare
yeah.
system, right? So we hear a lot from patients, from clients, and as ourselves we sometimes go to the doctor ourselves, that we have a lot of issues with our healthcare system because we have these rushed 10-minute primary care visits where we don't have a chance to really explain ourselves, where our patients and clients don't get a chance to go in depth with their diabetes and blood sugar control. They leave with another prescription and a plan to see in 6 months. So we're talking like 20 to 30 minutes a year to try to tackle a very serious condition that really underlies a lot of other issues that you can have when we're talking type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, it's a broken system. I think people are frustrated. They have every right to be frustrated with this whole mentality, but again, I'm not going to blame the doctors. It's just the system, the way it's set up, the pay per visit, the they're being pushed to see way more patients in a day that they can truly see and help. I've actually heard of people like providers leaving practices because of that. Like they can't really sit down and have those conversations that they want to. So again, I'm not blaming doctors. Do they have as much, I would say, are they taught as much about behavior change and nutrition as they should be to actually support a lifestyle or a disease that is largely behavior change and nutrition driven? Probably not. No, they're really just taught how to hand out medications. So it starts from the training. And unless the doctor has gone above and beyond and like learned on their own, I would imagine that they're not really equipped enough to support what is actually needed, especially
Yeah.
in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I had a patient within the last year who in their 70s had generally had good blood sugar control and showed up with an A1C of like 14 or 15 and was given medicines and a referral to me. And they came to me just like blindsided. Like, what am I doing wrong? I thought I'm doing everything. I've been doing everything the doctor told me to do. Was this just inevitable? They had no answers other than take these pills, take the metformin, and go see Corey, the pharmacist, because the doctor had 8 minutes with them. They can't get to the root of the issue. And this person had so many questions that the doctor did not know the answers to or did not have the time to give the answers to. And so it's 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 our system. It's a broken system. And we appeal to doctors because they are the top of the medical food chain, yet they don't have all of the training nor the time to help us.
Yeah. Well, why do you think this healthcare system, the way it is designed to manage, not reverse diabetes? Or why, yeah, why is it that way? And I guess how does it leave patients feeling like more of a case number rather than a person who's listened to and heard?
There's no time. So if you have 10 minutes and you have the chance to talk about nutrition or exercise, or you can give someone a prescription pad, you're probably going to reach for the prescription pad because it's a primary care visit. There's not just blood sugar, there's other issues. And you're trying to hit all of these things, all these metrics. And if you have been ignored by your doctor, I feel for you, we empathize with you, but also empathize with these doctors who are under tremendous pressure, time. They work for corporate entities that really treat them like a number, and it spills over, and then they end up treating you like a number. So the system's designed to manage it because we care about metrics, numbers, your A1C. Can we get your A1C down? Take this pill, take this shot. And so you're just basically shuttled in and out of this system like a cog in a wheel. And you are basically a case number, a date of birth, a medical record number, and you're not seen as a person, which is heartbreaking, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it really is the truth. Like you got all these appointments they're seeing, and yeah, they're my own experience, and I don't have a chronic condition that I think really requires a lot of in-depth questions and like, hey, what's going on under uncovering like what are the root causes of some of these behaviors because you can spit out all you want, like, hey, don't eat sugar, exercise, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, well, that's not going to do enough. You have to truly sit there. You have to know how to ask questions. You have to know how to ask the right questions. You have to know how to motivate and raise someone's belief and meet them like halfway, like finding a habit that's actually going to help them and meet them where they're at. And it just takes longer than 10 minutes, really. But I think the point being is it's just it's not going to happen in 10 minutes. And these like people they need someone to actually listen. I know from my own experience, doctors they're just trying to click through buttons and like fill in charts because if they don't, they're going to get penalized. It's like they have to document everything appropriately. So again, this is just the way that they have to document is not set up in a way to listen. So
Yeah,
let alone their time.
you go to a doctor and their eyes are fixated on a computer screen and not
Yeah.
yours. So
Yeah.
I mean I have to look at the laptop too. So I'll make a joke with the person like, "Hey, listen, I need to type in a few things here, then I'll be able to treat you like a human being." Like, and they usually get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "I hate this stupid thing too. Let me treat you like a human. Let me look you in the eye." But I think with a limited amount of time, doctors will lean on these myths that often keep people stuck in the management mode versus the thriving mode or reversal mode. Like, just eat healthy whole grains. Well, healthy whole grain, there's alliteration, and that's about all I can say for it. Like, if you have high sugar and you're in an energy toxic state, whole any kind of grain might not be the best for you in the moment. Like, you could talk about whole grain versus refined grains and some marginal improvement. But if you are looking to reverse your diabetes, it might not be enough. It clearly isn't enough, especially if whatever that is pushing out of your diet that you could be eating that could be managing your sugar better. And this was my patient that I talked about. They were having whole wheat toast every morning. Okay, great. I'm doing it right. Cardio will fix it. Again, this person I was taking care of was swimming regularly, doing regular walking. It doesn't work because it's not just burning off the sugar, it's how you can store it more efficiently, and that comes from muscle. So cardio alone isn't going to do it. Um,
Yeah.
and then the one that pisses me off the most is medication is your only path. This is progressive. Well, Brian and I have proven, and I have many pharmacist colleagues who follow a similar approach, that this type 2 diabetes is definitely a reversible process. But if you are unwilling or unable or are not educated because of a broken system to change, you could see why medication is your only path. And this is a different patient of mine who was told by their doctor they'd be on insulin forever, and he just literally had given up. He was dejected. He didn't seem to care, and it really was sad. So it's not your only path, but in 8 minutes with a doctor twice a year, it kind of you kind of get stuck with that path because there's no time to talk about the nuance to get you off the path. And so this, I mean, this is part of the reason why we do this podcast and do what we do, because we get frustrated too.
That
I,
pisses me off. Yeah.
yeah, like you're frustrated listening to this because you've had high sugar forever and no one's given you a path. I'm tired of being a part of a broken system too. So that's why we take the time to talk about this through these podcasts, through our master classes, is that you can find out the ways to break these myths.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great example of how getting angry and using that anger in a positive way towards a positive mission can actually fuel change. So if you get angry and then you just get resentful and you're like, I can't do anything about it, well, this is, you just kind of fall into that belief, or you succumb to those myths and the beliefs that are instilled upon you, then yeah, you're gonna become a victim and you're not gonna want to do anything, you're not gonna change. And trust me, I've had plenty of conversations with people that are just like, I'm not gonna change. This is how I eat, or this is what I do. I'm like, okay, great. Then, you are choosing that. Like, this is not your only choice. This is not your only option. But just so you know, there are other options. Like there is another path. I guess that's my message for those people is when they tell me that, they're not really wanting to change what they eat or, start exercising. I'm like, okay, great. Just as long as you know that doing these things will help you. This is not like this is gonna help in a world where it doesn't actually help. Um, yeah, what's your experience with just someone who's gotten angry or like just frustrated with this and how it's fueled their change?
The number one statement that just like seeps into my bones is, how come no one's ever told me this, or no one's ever told me this before? Like when I talk to people about lowering their insulin or getting off it, and I say, well, it causes weight gain, and they said, it does. Well, I don't know why. Like my doctor started me on this insulin, and I gained all this weight, and I didn't know why. I thought I was doing something wrong, and then they're pissed. And their A1C is good because they're on 100 units of insulin a day, but they're 40, 50, 100 pounds overweight. So it's it's actually very empowering when you realize the status quo system is the first step is acknowledgement. The second step is figuring out the path off of it. And I've seen patients who have lowered their blood sugar so much that they're getting low sugars, and they go to, like, say, a dietitian whose advice is to eat more carbs. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Just, well, tell me, we'll reduce your medicine. Like, this is not that complicated. But so it can feel like you're swimming against the current the whole way. And Brian, I know you hear, like, we both had those patients and clients that just say, that just seem to have given up, and I don't blame them. It's learned helplessness. And
Mhm.
we're here to unhelpless you by learning you, you know?
There you go.
And
I like that.
and we do it simply. Like type 2 diabetes, we'll read academic articles that say it's this complex process that it can be very simple. It's not easy, but it can be very simple. It really comes down to a few pillars. Like, can we build some muscle to dispose of your sugar better? Can we come up with a food strategy that doesn't make you feel like you're starving all the time, so that this is a sustainable process that you can enjoy your life and manage your sugar, and to get these habits down pat so that it is not even a question of, like, you become the kind of person that doesn't need medicine for their blood sugar. And it's not easy, and it takes support, and it takes time, and it doesn't happen overnight necessarily. But would you rather have that or the stupid advice that doesn't work? Eat less, move more, you're a failure, you're the problem. But I mean, the truth is 93% of Americans have one sign of metabolic disease. So if you were in a class and 93% of the students got a question wrong on a test, whose fault is it? Is it the student's fault, or is it the teacher that made a stupid question that sucks? It's the teacher's fault. And the teacher
Yeah.
in this case is the man, so to speak, our medical system. So I'm fired up, Ryan, and I hope
Yeah.
if you're
I can
listening,
tell.
if you have been unheard by your providers for years, even if you think we're, even if you don't like our advice, even if you don't care to follow up with any other stuff we're doing, let us know because we are with you. We are pissed. We are fired up with you. And so here's the last message I want to leave for you. Okay. A lot of people come to me and they come to you too, Brian, and they just say, I'm broken. There's something wrong with me. I'm the problem. No, you're not broken. Our system is broken, and you just need a plan that actually works. And our system is designed to spit out crappy plans that keep you dependent on it, that keep you stuck on medicines. And I promise you, when you get on a plan that works and you get your sugar under control and you stop the medicine, it is the best day for our clients and our patients. They are proud of themselves. They grow as human beings, and they shove it in their doctors' faces. And the doctors are so busy and burned out that they just sort of shrug their shoulders and say, "That's interesting." And instead of being curious and ask how you did it, they say, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that," and they demean you one last time, and then you fire them and you will move on with your life. So,
Oh, this is
uh,
great.
if Brian, what else? I'm frothing at the mouth here. So take a moment so I can catch my breath.
No, I'm enjoying this. I think you've just drilled it. Like you drilled it. The one thing I will reiterate though that I do here too is like I've had 20 I dive deep I've had diabetes for 20 years. How come no one has told me this? Or this is the most I've ever learned in 20 minutes with you than I have in all the years I've had diabetes. I'm like, I don't know if that's just like a compliment to me or a really big insult to the system that you've just been cogged through for the past 20 years. I don't know. I kind of take it as a compliment, like the ability I've kind of gained over the years, the skill of teaching this to people. Um, but yeah, again, I think it also is speaks to how sad and broken the system is if what I'm teaching them in 20 minutes is lighting up more light bulbs in their brain and aha moments than they've had in like 20 years of type 2 diabetes, then yeah, well, I hope people got some light bulb moments from this episode, or at least like, man, these guys understand me, they understand what I'm going through, and maybe they can help. And I just want to tell you again, you're not broken. The system is. You just need a plan that actually works. So we want to like help you out. We have a blood sugar breakthrough quiz, which is going to reveal like some of the mental or the mindset or habit issues that are really holding you back, keeping you stuck, and keeping you having like type 2 diabetes. Because we want to get to the root cause. We want to reverse insulin resistance. We don't just want to manage. We don't just want to control blood sugar. Even though I'm not going to knock it, Corey, but you've been saying control blood sugar, and it's like I don't want to. I want to get rid of that wording of like control blood sugar. We want to like reverse it. We want to just fix it, not just control. Because this whole idea of control comes down to, reminds me at least of medication, because that's what we do. We're always controlling blood sugar. And even though it doesn't actually help save lives, we don't even have to get into that, but like lowering an A1C, but still giving tons of insulin doesn't necessarily actually save your life. It just makes the doctor look better because their A1C is in range and they're meeting their metrics. But like you're not actually healthier, you're potentially even in a worse off position. I mean, who knows? Like maybe not. I'm not gonna say
No, you're referencing us. We're trying to wrap up here, and Brian is referencing what's called the Accord study, which came out in 2008, which showed that more aggressive A1C lowering with medications like insulin, actually more people died in that group than had a less strict A1C goal. So he's not. Brian is on course there, and we're not trying to scare you at all. What we're trying to prove a point is that we have been, and yes, I use the word control because I'm part of a medical system too, Brian, and I have vernacular that is hard to break. But let's leave you some hope here, okay? We're not trying to leave you scared. If you are ready to if you're ready to fix your blood sugar,
there
not
you
take
go.
control, if you're ready to fix your blood sugar, check out our blood breakthrough quiz. Or if you'd like, check out, we have a free masterclass you could take. And just know that if you ever felt like you're fighting your doctor's advice more than your blood sugar, this is where you're going to help find your clarity. So,
Yes,
Brian,
that's it.
before I spittle all over this camera, it was great to see you. And
Yeah.
we just boy, we can't wait to be back with our next episode. We love sharing this, and we're on a mission, everybody. We are here. Brian and I talked about this morning. 100,000 people we want to reverse and fix your blood sugar with type 2 diabetes. We're on a mission.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And one more thing, because I think I promised at the end of last episode we were going to talk about like insulin resistance. I promise we'll get to that in a future episode. This just came up and we were like, we have to address this.
Yeah.
So you'll see more from us. Follow us on Instagram too. I'll put the uh, our whatever you call it, the Instagram handle in the comments so you can find us on Instagram. Connect with us there. Say hey. We'd love to connect with you on Instagram and get in touch. See ya. Thanks for listening. Now go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode, and you can join us on the journey and roadmap to remission. Thanks for listening to the Diabetes Remission Roadmap. The ideas discussed here are for general informational purposes only and do not constitute medical or nutritional advice. We are pharmacists, but we're not your personal healthcare providers. Always consult your own physician or qualified clinician before changing medications, exercise routines, or nutrition plans. Results vary, and what works for one person may not work for another.